Hello everyone, welcome to Jabberwock Tavern. I'm your host today, Lake Mage. Today we are going to continue playing Tyrion Cuthbert, Attorney of the Arcane. Okay, let me recap a bit. Last time in this game, we managed to complete a trial. Actually, not complete, but make the trial enter the second day because, yeah, as usual in the Ace Attorney case where there is not enough evidence, more investigation need to be conducted, and yeah, something like that. So yeah, now we are going to start the continuation of the first trial. Yeah, I think that's the proper name of it. Alright, it's time. Hello, Cuthbert. Oh, hi, Mr. Mora. You are a lot less jumpy than you were yesterday. I'm glad to see that you are finally getting used to things. So what did you find in your investigation? You tell Mr. Mora about everything you've learned over your investigation. Hold on a second, why is the game resolution become something like 3/4? Yeah. There aren't a lot of clues that point to what actually happened. Maybe we can check the setting. How about I use a window? Yeah, why is the setting a bit weird here? Let's try this one. Okay, that's better. Go full screen again. Now this is better. This means I'll have to rely solely on pointing out contradiction in the witness testimonies. Being reactive to the prosecution's movies is a valid strategy. Honestly, I think it was a miracle that you got the commander to cooperate with you at all. Right, you almost forgot. Commander White appears to really have it out for Mr. Mora. Actually, I want to ask about that. Did something happen between you and Commander White? Miss McCoy, please proceed to the courtroom with your counsel. Let's go, Tyrion. The trial's about to start. You should go. The judge is waiting. Right. Another secret is left buried between you two. There is a lot of secret between us. Oh yeah, there was one thing that I forgot to mention when we were reviewing the game yesterday. I like the judge. He looks like someone that is responsible for the court, unlike the judge from Ace Attorney that is goofy-like. Yeah, that's kinda goofy. The one from Ace Attorney. Okay, let us review the proceeding from yesterday. Yesterday, the defendant presented some shocking oversight made during the investigation. Yes, I personally saw to it that the investigation was conducted properly this time. I see. I suppose that puts my mind at ease. At yesterday's trial, we found an inconsistency between the crime scene photo and the autopsy report. Because of this, the defense tried to push the following narrative, that a third party must have interfered with the crime scene to frame the defendant. However, the prosecution has discovered another explanation. Because of that, the individual who discovered the body would like to testify as to what he saw that night. His eyewitness account will clear up what actually happened. Interesting, it was my understanding that the individual in question wanted to remain anonymous. Supposedly, this witness was within the gallery of the trial yesterday. After yesterday's proceedings, he felt that he couldn't stay silent any longer. So that's her plan. What is her plan? But why would the witness change his mind like that? Yeah. No. I mean, my concern is, what is that plan? Is it just calling the eyewitness to the stand, or maybe there are other plans that we don't know about? Let's see. Did Stillwind persuade him, or is something else happening here? Very well. Let's hear from this witness. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court. My name is Rhys Reginald Rudolph. I am a kafu of the equine variety. Okay, this is a tough word to read, I guess. Okay, so he is a servant? I'm terribly sorry, but I'm unfamiliar with that profession. Yeah, I'm unfamiliar with that word too, Your Highness. Thank you for asking that for us, for me. He means to say he is a carriage driver, okay? Oh, I see. But in any case, it is my understanding that you found the body. Am I correct, Mr. Rudolph? Rudolph appears to be writing something in a notebook. He writes with incredible speed. His pen only touched the paper for maybe a second before he is filled an entire page. Mr. Rudolph, forgive me. I was merely taking notes on the people in this room. Taking notes? The witness has a certain compulsion to keep a record of every event that he witnesses. I see. Then I assume we will receive an accurate testimony of how you found the body. Actually, I witnessed much more than that. I saw the crime as it was being committed, and I wrote down everything that I saw. What? That is quite the claim. If that's true, why did you choose to remain silent until now? We had initially concluded that the evidence alone was decisive enough. Therefore, we saw no need at the time for his testimony. However, the circumstances clearly changed during yesterday's trial. There is no way the prosecution wouldn't leverage eyewitness testimony from the start. Something else is happening here. Very well. Now hold on, let me check the game audio. Okay, looks like the game audio is good enough. I mean, I was wondering if my voice is not loud enough because, yeah, I had to turn down my speaking volume a bit due to certain circumstances. Yeah. Okay, let's continue with the game. Very well. Mr. Rudolph, please testify to the court about what you saw that night. Witness testimony. I was transporting a client in my carriage that evening. We were driving by the McCoy Tavern when we heard a disturbance. This occurred at 1:28 a.m. Worried that something was amiss, I walked into the establishment to see what the commotion was about. There, I saw the defendant. She was lit by a blue glow of dining room lights. She had stabbed Flintheart McCoy and was channeling magic into her sword. Okay, that's a contradiction already, because the light should be yellow. She removed her sword from Flintheart's chest, and as he slowly turned to face her, she stabbed him again in the front. She soon realized that I had witnessed her heinous crime. She let the body fall to the ground and fled the scene. Incredible. If everything occurred as the witness described, then I see no room for debate. Of course, the evidence has always been irrefutable. You don't remember seeing him when you left to look for Celeste, but it was pretty dark. Celeste, did you see this man that night? No, this is my first time meeting him, and I didn't see him when I ran out of the tavern that night. So he has to be lying. Does that mean he is the one who killed my dad? She tries her best to hide it, but you can sense her restlessness. It's hard to say now, but It's definitely a possibility. The defense may now begin their cross-examination. Yeah, I think we can just present evidence at where he said that the light was blue or something. Yeah, this one. Then, is it companion? No, not the companion. Which one that is? With the spell. Yeah, this one. Under the effect of the spell, emits yellow radiant glow. Yeah. Your Honor, it's clear that the witness testimony is contradictory. And this piece of evidence contradicts it. Yeah, it should be, but yeah, maybe we press here. You sound certain that you saw my client and the victim. How were you so sure it was them? Flintheart McCoy and his daughter were well known within the town. Flintheart made himself quite known in the region through his social activism. And young Celeste dressed in a manner that is far wealthier than the townsfolk of Cornhaven. Do you live in the same town as the McCoys? How would you know about this? I don't live there, but my work brings me there quite frequently. A witness' place of residence has no bearing on his testimony. What matters is that he was there when the murder occurred. Why still when deflecting question about his personal life? We didn't get anything there. As you can see here, her complexion changed from normal into something that is scared of something, I guess. And yeah, change again here. Yeah, maybe we press here. So you are saying that my defendant stabbed him twice with her sword? Yes, that's exactly what I saw. But there is only one visible wound on the body. If what you say is true, then that means that she stabbed him through the same wound. Isn't that extremely improbable? Improbable, but not impossible. It is strange, I'll give you that. But nevertheless, that's what the witness saw happen. Okay, so, do we have any contradictory evidence? Right after being stabbed from behind with a magical blade, Fatal One shows heavy trace of transmutation magic. No, that's not useful. How about the crime scene? Do anything? Yeah, nothing here is good. Broken power cell. So it's dark, so this Rudolph should not be able to. Yeah, should not be able to saw the defendant. Where is it? Yeah, should we just present evidence here? Yeah. Mr. Rudolph, you testified that you saw my client murdering the victim, and you supposedly saw her casting magic while doing so? Yes, I could never forget such a grisly sight. That moment was burned into my memory. I see. Well, it's funny that you say that. How so? Because your entire testimony was a complete lie. Are you accusing the witness of perjury? Surely you know that such accusation can't be made lightly, Mr. Cuthbert. My accusation is far from baseless, Prosecutor Stillwit. I'm still, yeah, I usually pronounce win with one. So I'm still, yeah, not accustomed to spell her name as Stillwit. I mean, it's like windy, right? Win, yeah. Take a look at this report. The dining room lights are artificial devices that are powered by an Arcane power cell. However, that same Arcane power cell was broken during the time of the murder. The dining room light had no energy and the room would have been pitch black. The witness couldn't have seen anything, much less a homicide. Wait, I can explain. There is no need, witness. You could have easily seen another source of light. Perhaps one of the McCoys lit a candle because of the blackout. The witness clearly described a source of blue light. A candle or lantern wouldn't emit a color like that. Then the witness was clearly mistaken. The witness records everything he sees in his notebook. He even remembers the exact times that it's even occurred. So why would he be incorrect about such clear and obvious detail? Yeah, he is lying. No, what the witness saw was clearly some form of magic, and due to the lack of power, it couldn't have artificery. It must have been an arcane spell. That's it. What is it, witness? I must have made an incorrect assumption. Please allow me to revise my testimony. What do you think of this, Prosecutor Tailwind? If the witness wants to revise his testimony, then I see no harm in obliging him. And you, Mr. Cuthbert? If you think he saw something different, then it's only fair to hear him out. You'll tear through each of his lies, no matter what he does. That's quite a confident statement. Proclaim. I remember now, yesterday it was revealed that Flintheart was killed using magic. I must have seen Flintheart's daughter channeling a magic spell. The spell was called Mage Blade, am I correct? That's it. The blue glow that I saw must have been created by Mage Blade. I see. So the blue light that you saw came from defendant magic. Mr. Cuthbert, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Easy. Let's see. I want to check if her complexion changed. Yeah, her complexion changed, and we can present something there. Objection! Mr. Rudolph, you don't know much about magic, do you? Of course not, yeah. He doesn't have any arcane arts. Are you trying to say that I should have recognized Celeste's Mage Blade? No. I admit that you probably wouldn't know about Mage Blade. But that's exactly where your mistake was. My mistake? Mr. Rudolph, if you were aware of how Mage Blade works, then you would know that the spell emits yellow radiant glow. Which means the blue glow you saw couldn't have possibly been Mage Blade. This is ridiculous. I'll grant you that the witness clearly remembers seeing a blue glow, but what significance could such a minor detail have? It's extremely significant, Prosecutor's Tailwind. If the witness did see a blue magical glow, then he must have witnessed another spell at the scene. Preposterous, you don't have any evidence to back up that claim. Blue light made a large impression on the witness. He wrote it down in his book, and he specifically mentioned the color. There is no way he would be mistaken about something like that. So what did you really see, Mr. Rudolph? Did you see my client at the scene casting a spell that she couldn't possibly cast? Or did you see another mage at the scene? Well... Your Honor, the defense has no right to accuse the witness like this. Let me remind you that perjury is a crime, Mr. Rudolph. If you are found to have lied in your testimony, you will be prosecuted. No, wait, please. Now that is quite enough of that. Garrick Pierce suddenly steps down from the gallery and walks into the witness stand. He is breaking every possible rule in the book, but no one in the room moves to stop him. Yeah, he is a noble, alright. The bailiff looks at the judge nervously, but the judge just narrows his eyes and carefully watches Pierce. Pierce, meanwhile, shoves the still flustered Rudolph off the stand and begins addressing the courtroom. What is he even doing here? I will not stand by while you harass my servant. Pierce, we discussed this. There is no need for you to take the stand. And what, pray tell, did they discuss? Nonsense, I have nothing to hide, and if you had done your job properly, I wouldn't have needed to intervene. For the first time, Tailwind doesn't seem to have control of the situation. She never has, I guess. What is the meaning of this, Miss Tyrion? Who is this man? Ah, this is Garrick Pierce, Your Honor. That is Lord Garrick Pierce to you, Tyrion. I am the honorable heir of the Pierce noble house. In any case, I must apologize. I'm afraid that these misunderstandings are entirely my fault. What do you mean? You see, Rudolph wasn't the one who witnessed the crime that fateful night. It was me. I was the one who witnessed the crime. I had my driver report the body so that I could remain anonymous. What? Are you saying that you had Rudolph lie for you? I simply dictated to him what I saw and had him repeat that to law enforcement. It simply wouldn't do for a member of the nobility to appear publicly in court. Lord Pierce, regardless of your intention, this is a very clear act of perjury. But from the look on the judge's face, you can easily tell that he won't face any actual consequences. Excuse me. I understand and I will accept the consequences of that. But I would be remiss if Rudolph's shoddy testimony allowed that girl to escape her crimes. Please let me testify as to what I saw that night. Very well, this is highly irregular, but I believe the court will benefit from hearing your testimony. However, know that this misconduct has hurt your credibility. Very well. Okay. So suddenly the killer shows up on the stand, so maybe we can finish this trial faster than it should. Let's see. On the night of the murder, I found myself unable to sleep, so I went on a leisurely carriage ride around Cornhaven. I happened to be passing by the McCoy Tavern when I heard a loud commotion from within the building. Curious, I stopped my carriage and took a single step inside the establishment. Then I saw the scene inside. I saw the defendant stabbing that poor man twice with her sword. Garrick Pierce, he is a member of the nobility. That means he is probably a mage, right? And he's the only other mage that was there that night. Does that mean? There's no doubt about it. You should give the other person a benefit of doubt, Tyrion Cuthbert. But yeah, he's can't you think that maybe some random passerby? Who was it again? The McCoy, the father. I forgot his name, but yeah, the father had a lot of enemies, so maybe one of the enemies that is coming secretly there to assassinate him. Yeah, maybe it's one of those guys that killed him. So yeah, it is quite an accusation, but okay. We the player know who the culprit is, but yeah, that is quite fast. It's too far-fetched. He's the only person that could have left trace of transmutation on the body. But yeah, considering that only noble can use arcane magic, maybe that quite narrows down the culprit, but still, it could be some noble tried to assassinate. Or maybe someone like Celeste, a noble that is thrown away or fallen down from their family or something. Yeah. He has to be the mate that we are looking for. No, that's incorrect, Tyrion. You have no reasoning to back that statement up. But okay. He might has, but it's not a strong enough of evidence. Sorry, this must be a lot for you right now. Don't worry about me. Focus on taking him down. Okay, Celeste. On the night of the murder, I found myself unable to sleep, so I went on a leisure carriage around Cornhaven. Curious, I stopped the carriage. I saw the scene inside. I saw the defendant stabbing that poor man twice with her sword. Okay, so I don't see any contradictory statement. Maybe I will press here. The tavern is dark, so he must not be able to saw anyone. And I assume you're going to say that he stabbed him from opposite sides each time. Of course, mind you, I have no idea why she would act like that, but can you prove that she didn't do exactly what I described? I suppose not. At least not yet anyways. Yours is definitely the real murderer. This means there has to be a lie somewhere in this testament. He keeps saying that he stood at the entrance the entire time. If he killed my father, then he would have been further in. Right, is there any way you can prove that he was further inside the building? Okay, let's see our inventory. Maybe something in the map. 5 feet. Let me check then. No, I didn't see anything that is useful here. Yeah, he shouldn't have been able to see this one, I guess. Did we press here already? Let's press this one. Yeah, this is a bit impossible. If he was at the tavern entrance, then that would mean he was here. What is this W and K? I mean, V is victim, K is killer, W is witness. Okay. If you saw the entire scene from the tavern entrance, it would be quite dark considering the lights weren't operational. Even if my client was using Mage Blade at the time. Of course, I'd forgotten that detail. I couldn't see what was happened, so I used my magic to illuminate the scene. You used magic at the crime scene? Yes, I remember it clearly. I conjured a blue light to illuminate the scene. The same blue light must have been what my driver saw. I thought that Rudolph didn't witness the crime at all. If I had to guess, Mr. Rudolph must have seen the blue light from the carriage. He must have made that detail part of his testimony earlier. That actually makes a lot of sense now that you think about it. Rudolph was so sure that he saw a blue light. It would be strange if he was lying about that, but anyway, which spell did you use to illuminate the crime scene? It was the Conjure Light spell. Okay. For the duration of this spell, a mode of magical light appears in the caster's hand. The color of the light is chosen by the caster and can be changed at will for the spell duration. This mode of light provides illumination up to 15 feet of the caster and no further. Okay. Your Honor, if the witness used magic at the crime scene, then I'd like for his spell compendium to be added to the court record. I see no reason to invade the witness' privacy over a trivial illumination spell. I agree, the defense would need a stronger reason to requisition the witness's spell compendium. Right you are, Your Honor. Your wisdom is truly fitting your station. Oh, shut up. Okay, so we got one more new statement here, okay. I used Conjure Light to illuminate the scene from tavern entrance. From there, I clearly saw the crime unfold. Let's see, did the map actually... It's only 15, right? So this one tiles is 5 feet. Let's see the spell again. And it only up to 50 feet of the caster. So yeah, I think we can just present evidence here. Objection! Lord Pierce, you said that you illuminate the scene from the tavern entrance and you only took a single step into the building. Of course, I remember it very clearly. I stood only at the entrance. In that case, I'd like for you to take a look at the map of the tavern. If we take a look at this map, that would place you right here where the W is. Am I correct? Of course, I was. I do not know what you wish to achieve by having me repeat that fact. Well, I find it interesting that you illuminated the crime scene from all the way back there, considering that Conjure Light only illuminates an area within 15 feet. What? The spell's range is irrelevant. We've already established that the victim would have been illuminated by Mage Blade. During his testimony, Lord Pierce clearly stated that he couldn't see what was happening. That's why he cast Conjure Light in the first place. However, Conjure Light doesn't work like a normal source of light. It only provides illumination up to 15 feet of the caster, and no further. If he had stayed at the entrance, his spell wouldn't have done anything to help illuminate the scene. But what does this mean? Lord Pierce, did you illuminate this crime scene or not? Well, I can answer that question for you, Your Honor. Lord Pierce did illuminate the scene of the crime. He illuminated it because he was standing right where it happened. Mr. Cuthbert, are you trying to say that Lord Pierce was that close to where the murder occurred? How would that be possible? Well, there's only one way that this scenario would make sense, Your Honor. And that would be if Garrick Pierce was the one who murdered Flintheart McCoy. No, you don't have any evidence for that. He just may be saying something that is incorrect. Maybe he actually didn't witness the crime scene. Yeah, I mean, maybe he just illuminated and yes, he actually didn't see the victim. We can just say it like that and have the Pierce Garrick remove it from the stand for perjury. But let's see how the story, how they will move this around. Hold on for a moment, this is absurd. Yeah, it is absurd, Lord Garrick Pierce. But that's how the that's how the defense attorney works. I could have easily used a different spell to illuminate the room. And which spell would that be, Pierce? The name escapes me. I'm not sure which one of it. Now that I think about it, you idiot. Well, maybe we can figure it out together when you relinquish your spell companion to the code. What? This is a clear violation of my privacy. Still, why aren't you objecting to this? If you had listened to my instruction, you wouldn't be in this situation. You've made your bed, now lie. Still, you treacherous. That's enough. It appears that the prosecution has no objection. With everything that has occurred, I must ask that Lord Pierce relinquish his spell companion to the court. Okay, we got some companion spell. There is a prestidigitation. The caster creates a simple and harmless visual effect around their hand. This effect will last as long as they maintain concentration on the spell. Okay. Conjure water, cause water to magically flow out of the caster's hand. This water will flow long enough, so long as the caster maintains concentration on the spell. Anything frostwave, anything caught in range is hit with a blast of extremely cold air. Liquid's heat will be immediately frozen and organic life will immediately enter states of hypothermia. Shape liquid, incantation Fig Aqua. Okay. While concentrating on the spell, the caster can magically manipulate up to 10 liters of liquid and form it into complex shapes. At any time, the caster can choose to freeze the liquid and solidify its current shape. After the spell ends, the frozen liquid will immediately melt. Good job, Tyrion, we got his spell companion. With that, this case is as good as yours. No, I still don't know how to make that Pierce to be the culprit. Or is it? Yeah. She didn't even try to stop you from taking his spell companion. She wouldn't let that happen just to spite Lord Pierce. She definitely still has something up her sleeve. Well, there's nothing we can use there. Your Honor, I've looked at the spells in Lord Pierce's companion. Conjure Light is the only spell that he can cast that would shed a blue light. This renders his testimony and many of his statements false. You can practically hear Lord Pierce grinding his teeth. Your Honor, Lord Pierce could very well be a suspect in the murder of Flintheart McCoy. The defense argues that this presents enough reasonable doubt to acquit the defendant. I acknowledge that Lord Pierce's actions are quite suspect, however, I will not pass a verdict just yet. There is much more we need to learn. What? That's not how it works. That is how it works, Celeste. We prove that there is reasonable doubt. That should be enough to acquit me, right? In a normal case, maybe, but it's different for this trial, yeah. The public won't accept an unsolved homicide involving magic. Unless we can unequivocally prove your innocence, the courts will keep drawing out this case. What? But that's not fair. That is just how the system works. Our court system doesn't exist to exact justice. It exists so that the kingdom can save face. No. However, the court will be suspending the trial of Celeste McCoy until further notice. So yeah, another suspension. That is, until Lord Pierce can be investigated as a possible suspect.
Objection!
Oh, still we don't want to end this today once and for all, it seems. A possible suspect. The very idea of that is preposterous, Your Honor. Damn it, you know she was planning something. Let's revisit the basic fact of this case, shall we? Flintheart McCoy was murdered using a blade with a transmutation spell active. Mr. Cuthbert, why don't you tell me the spells that Lord Pierce know? Alright, his spells are Prestidigitation, Conjure Light, Conjure Water, Frostwave, and Shape Liquid. You've realized it too, haven't you? Lord Pierce doesn't know any transmutation spells that can be channeled through a solid object. What? That can't be right? Yeah, he can just kill using something else, I guess. I couldn't have possibly committed the murder. I see, with that in mind, that would leave the defendant as the only possible killer. But he was the only other mage there, he has to be the real murderer. But he doesn't know any transmutation spells that can affect a solid object. We can't prove that he stabbed him while casting magic. Wait a minute, how did he do it then? She's right, how did he do it? If there are traces of transmutation magic on the wound, then Flintheart was definitely stabbed by something magical. But none of his transmutation spell can affect a steel blade. Does that mean he used something else? Yeah. He's using the beer, the drink. What was it, the name again? Let me check. Yeah, it was this one, the lotus juice. So yeah, we can see from the crime scene that, yeah, maybe that thing was used, I think, to stab. Let's see. I was one to say that the water doesn't fall on the battle location, but it seems that it is. But let's see. With that in mind, please wait, Your Honor. We still can conclude that Lord Pierce couldn't have committed the crime. What are you on about? Lady Stillwind said it herself, you commoner. I don't know any spell that can be channeled through a metal blade. He's right, which can only mean one thing. You didn't use a metal blade, did you? Oh, what nonsense is this? The autopsy report clearly states that the wound was created by a blade. If he didn't channel magic through a blade, how could he have possibly committed the crime? Which spell did Lord Pierce use to commit the murder? What's this one, Your Honor? The Shape Liquid. Let's see if there is actually any other things. Nope. Yeah, it's just this one. You see, Your Honor, Garrick Pierce didn't kill the victim using a sword. Killed him using an object shaped exactly like a sword. What? I'm afraid I don't quite understand, Mr. Cuthbert. I'd like for the court to take a look at Lord Pierce's spell compendium. Garrick Pierce knows a seemingly insignificant spell called Shape Liquid. With it, he can control a body of water and shape it into any complex shape he wants. Then he can freeze that liquid, maintaining its current shape, a shape like a sword. What? No. Is it possible that he... What do I have to say for yourself, Lord Pierce? What do I have to say? Pierce's breathing becomes more frantic. He is clearly not used to being put in a corner like this. You can see his stress and frustration emanating from the eye of Horus. You have him now. Time for the finishing blow. Looks like we don't need to suspend the trial. I'll tell you exactly what I have to say. Your commander, let me save. Where is this one safe? No. I cannot save? Okay. I'm not the one on trial here. We are here because of that bastard child. Didn't know her place. She's just a peasant, yet she still learned the Arcane arts. And look what happened. I saw the murder, I witnessed everything. That girl used our holy arts to murder her father in fit of rage. Excuse me. I saw the murder, I witnessed everything. Broken Polysal. Is it this one? Oh, that's not right. You claim to have witnessed the whole murder, but you already proved that you didn't in last testimony. What is it? The spell again? And how, pray tell, did you see everything? You recall you testified that you only took a single step inside the inn, but you wouldn't have needed to be within 15 feet to see my client with conjured light. This again, if you are going to keep treading on that one detail, then I admit it, I stepped further into the inn. I kept that detail out of my testimony, all because I knew that you'd use it to cast suspicion on me. But you didn't just keep that detail from your testimony, did you? You testified the opposite. That makes you guilty of committing perjury. No, I mean, you miserable wretch. Perjury by Garrick Pierce has been added to your notes. What? Can we use that? And let's not stop there. For your story to be true, you would have needed to be within 15 feet of my client. According to your testimony, my client had just finished committing a murder. Wouldn't she have noticed you? If you were that close, then you would have surely been close enough to apprehend her. So why didn't you? Don't you have a duty to your citizens? Shut up, shut your dirty peasant mouth. That woman was armed, I had no reason to put my life in danger. She was wielding her sword after the murder. That was very contradictory. Take a look at this photo, young man. No, not that one. Yeah, it's this one. But that can be right, can it, Lord Pierce? This photo of crime scene shows that the sword was left in the victim's body. How could she still be wielding her sword if she left it there? What? Damn you, still win, why aren't you saying anything? What? Prosecutor Stilwyn has lost her usual air of confidence. You find it strange though. Even when you had the advantage, she always maintained her usual poise. Lord Pierce, please pull yourself together. How can I remain calm when this charlatan is trying to frame me? This is a complete travesty of our justice system. I came here to reveal the truth and testify against that criminal. What do I get instead? Slander from some lowly defense attorney. Okay. Should I give this one? Yeah, that's how you use that. You talk about justice, but you've committed several acts of perjury to twist the outcome of this trial. You are clearly not acting in good faith. You don't care about justice, you just want to further your agenda. So admit it, Pierce, you created a massive sword using shape liquid, and you use it to impale Flintheart. I shoved my client's sword into the wall, while the remnants of the real mother weapon evaporated. It was the perfect crime, wasn't it? Hold on a second. Where does the time... Yeah, my clock. Why does the clock miss... Yeah, hold on a second. Where is refresh? Yeah, why does this clock is not visible? How about I put this a bit at the top? Yeah, it's missing for some reason. Well, okay. Excuse me. Okay, let's continue with the game. So yeah, there should be a clock appears here at the top of my layout, but somehow it doesn't appear. So okay. Haha, what? Hahaha. Lord Pierce, my apologies, Your Honor. It's just that I realized something absolutely hilarious. What? Has he finally lost his mind? The defense put forward an interesting theory, but there is one problem with it. And what's that? I think you said it yourself. You shoved Celeste's sword into the wound while the remnants of the real murder weapon evaporate. It was the perfect crime, wasn't it? You see, it would have been the perfect crime, because any evidence to support that theory would have evaporated within that frozen air. Yeah. No, he's right. If he used an ice blade to kill Flintheart, it would have evaporated by now, and that means there would be nothing left of the murder weapon. You have spun quite the tale here to me, but in the end you don't have a shred of evidence to support it, do you? You have nothing on me. I mean, even if we have nothing, at least we managed to save Celeste. Why isn't he saying anything? Is it really hopeless? All it takes is one look at the expression on your face. Any worries she has instantly disappears because she realized the expression of your face is the same expression you made every time you defeat her. What's this? You can glare at me all you want. It won't change the fact that you have lost. I despise people like you. You twist the system to serve your own ends. You trample on the life of innocent people. But as long as I am here, I will never let that happen again. What did he say? Empowered eye. What did I just do? Your head feels like it's about to burst. The pain is unbearable and overwhelming. But at the same time, you feel an extreme sense of clarity. As you can see more than you could before. I can't believe that peasant pushed me this far. Once again, you see Pierce thought through the eye of Horus. But it feels different than usual. It's more intense and potent this time. It's almost as if you can do more than just read his surface thoughts. Empowered Eye. You have activated the Empowered Eye. With it, you'll be able to do more than see the witness thoughts. You'll also be able to affect what they think about. Project items into Pierce's mind to evoke thoughts from him. You'll want to project items that make him think about the murder. Evoking the right thoughts will raise you insight. Once the insight gauge is filled, you'll have everything you need to implicate him, okay? Autopsy. Maybe a photo? Even now, that image is still lingering in my mind. I didn't expect this experience to have such an effect on me. This doesn't give you anything you can use. You should try anything else. So what was I need to... Yeah. Maybe this bottle? Why am I thinking of such thing? That piece of evidence doesn't evoke anything. Yeah. Maybe I can just give this one. Then Hard McCoy. Flintheart, how did it come to this? No, he was the one who chose to spread dissidence against the crown. He should have known that what would happen. If it wasn't me, it would have been someone else. Oh, it still doesn't give us anything I can use. Oh, what should I use? Maybe the sister. Where is? No, we don't have Flintheart's sister. How about this hand? Yeah. Okay, that one doesn't give anything. Okay, I'm out of yeah, maybe Celeste's. What an ornate suit. I wonder how a commoner like her obtains such thing. I wonder if the Inquisition will let me have it once the girl is convicted. The problem here is that I don't know our objective. The crime scene doesn't help, the autopsy... Did I give this already? I have, right? So it's not that one. How about Companion? I really have an affinity for water magic, don't I? I should learn some new spell from Formula. Maybe visit to Academy is in order. Okay, not that one either. What should we... this testimony. Yeah, I forgot. This is where her sister, Flintheart's sister is. I was thinking like it's on profile, but I didn't see. But it was here. This one. Oh, it's not that one either? But to project something related to the murder, we have already project this one. Maybe the map? Pieces of evidence related to the murder. Broken power cell, Celeste spell compendium, occupation bedroom key. No, I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know what to project. Let's just do a brute force here, I guess. Yeah, I don't have any leads that known to be advancing the story. Of course you would. It's not as if any of the academies would admit someone like her. Okay, not this one either. Broken power cell. Okay, not this one. I'm really don't know what to add. This one. How about this one? I really... okay. It's the compendium, right? Maybe it's the spell. The water-shaped liquid. After all the trouble I went to, I can believe that lawyer figured out the spell I use. Well, no matter, it's not as if there's any evidence to prove that I use it. I'm lucky that old fool had the bottle of water with him. Oh, the inside is immediately full. Water from a bottle? Wait, a bottle? Well then, as riveting as this has been, I believe it's time for me to take my leave. Now wait a minute, Pierce. What is it now, you wretch? I'll say it as many times as you need to hear. There is no evidence of a liquefied weapon at the crime scene. There is the bottle, drinking bottle. Which one? Is it the picture or is it the bottle? Let's try the bottle. You're right, Pierce. If you did use shaped liquid on a body of water, the murder weapon would have evaporated entirely. It seems you have finally gotten that fact through your thick head. Bravo, but let's not get ahead of ourselves, Pierce. What if you didn't use shaped liquid on a body of water? What if it was another type of liquid? What are you going on about? Pierce, shaped liquid doesn't just work on water, it works on all kinds of liquids. The shattered bottle contained the liquid that you cast your spell on, didn't it? That bottle, yeah, what significance does it give? Pierce, I found this shattered bottle on the ground near the entrance of the McCoy Inn. I wonder what caused it to shatter. You must have decided to use any liquid you could find. Luckily for you, the victim was holding the perfect quantity of liquid. In this, I wonder, Lord Pierce, if we had someone analyze the broken pieces of this bottle, we would find trace. Would we find traces of transmutation magic? Ah, okay, so that's what he is going to use. Okay. That's the proof nothing. So what if there are traces of magic on the shattered bottle? We still don't have murder weapon. Now you can use that as a murder weapon to show that a murder weapon exists. It was soda. Yeah, what's different does that way? I didn't know. A blade of ice made out of water would have evaporated entirely, but a blade of ice made out of soda would leave a puddle of dry residue. Okay, I didn't know that. No, it can't be. I'd wondered why there was such circular trace of magic under the body. If we check the outline of that trace, I bet we'd find dried puddle of soda. Ah, okay, so it leaves the soda. Okay. I mean, it's not entirely made of water. Only the water evaporates. The soda, the hard element of soda is left on the ground. Okay, that's quite an evidence. There is your murder weapon, Pierce. I mean, I don't know much about the chemist. I don't know much about the whatever that thing is, but yeah, that's quite an evidence, I guess. Let's check. Bailiff, tell Orim to analyze the crime scene at once. We must determine if this puddle of soda residue exists. The time window to find traces of magic is closing. So we had our team search the crime scene for that soda puddle. I really can't believe it, but we found it. In fact, the outline of the dried soda lines up exactly with the outline of the trace of transmutation magic. We checked the broken bottle too. There were traces of transmutation magic on it as well. There is no doubt about it. Someone used magic on that soda. Thank you, Orim. Please escort Lord Pierce back to the stand. What do you have to say for yourself, Pierce? What do you think you have accomplished here today? Do you honestly think you can indict me? I'm an aristocrat from the highest echelon of our society. That fool of a man was insurgent. He was a threat to society, and I did my civic duty by removing him.
Objection!
Okay, an objection from Stillwind. Bailiff, please escort the witness to a holding cell. Stillwind? First-degree murder is punishable by execution, Lord Pierce. I suggest you remain silent, lest you incriminate yourself further. What? You can't be serious? Shut your insidious mouth. Well, what are you all waiting for? Take him away. Yes, take him away at once. Okay, so it's suddenly finished, I guess. I can't believe it, we actually won. Tyrion, it's all she can do to hold back her tears. You don't need to say anything, your face says it all. Thank you. You have more than exceeded my expectation today. Mr. Mora, I'll be honest, when I realized that the murder weapon evaporated, I thought that the case was shot. I can't believe you were able to turn that around. It was just luck. If we had used water, we would have been done for. It had nothing to do with luck. We were able to deduce which liquid he used, and we did it by looking at a few shards of broken glass. Your skills of deduction never ceased to amaze me. That's not exactly true, and with Celeste there, you can't tell her about your new ability. You're all quite lively. There's no need for such hostility, though I wouldn't expect any less from the Hound of the Eye Taker. What, Ruby temporized the Eye Taker, or she is the Hound of the Eye Taker? You glance at Mr. Mora, but when she meets your gaze, she immediately looks away. She looks like she is focusing, almost as if to protect herself from a certain eye. I must admit I was hoping to test my blade against you directly, however, your protege proved to be a worthy adversary. Thank you? Is this some kind of game to you? You talk about trial as if they are some kind of competition. Your action almost condemned an innocent woman to death. Our system operates by having two powers of opposition. When those powers are balanced, justice prevails. Make no mistake, your victory today was just our system working as intended. Working as intended, you know very well our system only exists to protect your people. I know. What? In any case, it looks like we'll be facing each other more frequently in the future. I look forward to doing battle with you again, Tyrion Cuthbert. What a strange girl, yeah, it's very strange. Well, that kind of killed the mood, didn't it? Not at all, I think we should celebrate. Oh, what did you have in mind? There is this amazing restaurant in the upper quarter of the capital city. They usually only serve nobles, but they let anyone in if they have enough gold. Wait, do we have enough gold? Of course we do. Don't worry about the details, I'll handle everything. But just how much money does Miss Tamara make? I mean, didn't you with her for a long time, or... yeah. How could you didn't know about that? And so began my journey into the world of law and magic. Our justice system is rotten to its core and I'll have many trials ahead. Regardless, I'll keep fighting on and get justice for every one of my clients. Okay, we cleared the first episode. This feeling, I knew it. This radiant soul has finally awakened. I can't believe it. Been waiting for so long. I can't wait for the day when I can see his eyes drop in agony. Ooh. Is that a new enemy? Or is that Miss Timora? Yeah. So there are 5 cases as we can see here. So the picture here shows the defendant. Okay. I'm a bit curious about the case 5. How could this noble-like person? It still makes sense for the case 4. It is maybe a weak noble girl or something that is acquitted to be the suspect or something. But this one, I think he can just shove anything if he is accused of something. Yeah, I'm curious about case 5, but let's play this game in order. Let's go with case 2 next. Maybe let's talk about the case 1. It's the climax is not that great, I guess. It's just suddenly we got everything is presented. Yeah, we win because was the culprit again? Pierce didn't do as what Miss Timora, not Timora, as what Stillwind said. He just do everything as he likes, and that gives us some stuff to play with and enable us to make him into the culprit. But so that win was not actually from our skill or something. It's just luck actually. But still it's not as satisfying. I'm comparing it to the first case of as attorney. No, the first case, what was it? It was the Larry Butts one, right? Or is it not? I forgot. I think it's not. It's the second case, the Larry Butts one. The first one I forgot actually, but alright. Let's just continue, I guess. Start the episode 2. Wallace Nightgrave. Let me go. I'm not going anywhere until I see her. I am sorry, Wallace, but she's already passed. There was nothing more they could have done. How? This academy teaches the best mage in the kingdom. Are you telling me that they couldn't do anything? Her condition was much worse than we thought. The kingdom's magic isn't advanced enough to treat something like this. Lucio's tailwind can rain meteors from the sky. William Frege can teleport entire caravans across the continent. Are you telling me that your mates couldn't cure one disease? I am sorry, I truly am. Emily. Okay, The Walking Dead? But what a title. I'm sorry, Celeste, but there is no way out of this. Celeste's attention is sharply focused on the chessboard between you two. You can see her eyes quickly dart from piece to piece. Just give me a second, I can still win this. Celeste, there's no way for you to avoid checkmate next turn. Just surrender. She ignores you and continues staring at the pieces. There, what about that? Checkmate. Damn it. Would you two keep it down? We are in a library. Miss Timura glances at the chessboard. I hope you didn't spend the entire month playing around. I have been working hard, Ruby. I've already learned 2 new spell formulas since we got here. Well, at least there is that. What about you, Cuthbert? Well, your flustered stammering tells her exactly how much progress you have made. I couldn't find any books about the subject I've been looking into. You've spent the entire day combing through the kingdom's imperial library, researching the Eye of Horus. During Celeste's trial, you awakened to a new ability that you never used before. Up until then, you thought that the Eye could only see surface level thoughts. But during that moment with Garrick Pierce, the Eye of Horus was empowered, and you could see far more than usual. You told Miss Timura about what happened, and it made you both wonder what other hidden abilities the Eye might have. You both decided that it's time to find out more about the Eye and its origins. This library supposedly held the kingdom's entire knowledge of magic and the arcane arts, but you couldn't find a single mention of any ability like the Eye. Does the kingdom seriously lack knowledge about it, or do we need to look somewhere else? Are you sure you can tell me what you are researching? I've traveled around the world. We might have seen something like it. You entertain the thought for a moment, but you haven't known her for very long. The Eye of Horus is a supernatural ability that can't be detected by a spell companion. You have always been wary about what the kingdom might do to you if they ever found out about it. Sorry, it's not something I can really talk about. Fine. If I had to guess, I would say that they are looking into supernatural phenomena. You and Celeste nearly jump out of your chair. Oh, a scary looking girl. You look over to where the voice came from. She appears to be a student at the academy. How long was she there? You didn't notice her presence at all. You also feel like she looks oddly familiar. To whom? I'm terribly sorry if I startled you, but I couldn't help but overhear your conversation. As the girl approaches your table, you see another student frantically running after her. Aris, you can't just... I'm sorry. Oh, it's fine, Wallace. I'm sorry, but who are you two? Sorry, that was incredibly rude of me. My name is Aris Ilman. Occupation student. Her Arcane art is illusion. Okay. We're both students here. Oh, Wallace Nightgrave. The Arcanite is quite scary. Necromancy. Alright. Not to be rude, but that was a private conversation. Just how much did you hear? I wonder. Reading about the supernatural is actually a hobby of mine. I might be able to help you with your research, Mr. Cuthbert. And what makes you sure that is what we were researching? Mr. Cuthbert has a bad habit of muttering to himself when he thinks. I assume that his research had something to do with the supernatural. You feel a piercing side glance from Miss Timura. You avoided eye contact with her. But anyways, do you mind if I ask you a few questions? Of course, I'd be happy to help. Oh, what is that? Yeah, there is something like a flickering or something on my screen, yeah, on the game screen. Just remember to show some discretion, Tyrion. Talk. Harrison was, so you two are students at the Imperial Academy. Yes, I'm currently studying illusion magic. Illusions, that's the kind of magic that lets you turn invisible, right? Technically yes, but yeah. but few mages ever reach a high level enough for me. I'm a bit embarrassed to admit that I'm not able to cast invisibility. That's still pretty cool. What about you, Wallace? Wallace has his own unique field of study. It's probably not your place to pray. Everyone is talking about you two, really? It's rare for the school to let any outsiders in. That makes sense. This library isn't exactly open to the public. We were only able to get access to it because of Mr. Mora's connection. We only ever get occasional visit from the noble house. So I was curious as to who was able to break this dull monotony. Well, I am a mercenary, but now I work as Tyrion's bodyguard. Mercenary? After her trial, it turned out that Celeste was more than capable of affording your services. However, Mr. Mora still proposed a different arrangement. After indicting Garrick Pierce, you painted a large target on your map. With Celeste being a mercenary, Mr. Mora decided to hire her as your bodyguard. She figured you would feel more comfortable around someone you were already friends with. Anyway, I'm a defense attorney. Defense attorney? My apologies, it's just not what I was expecting. What's that supposed to mean? Okay, there is supernatural phenomena now. Unlock. Supernatural phenomena. I wonder why you would be researching such thing. Yeah, I want to know too. I'm sorry, but I can't really say. Regardless, there are many spells in this world, so why are you so convinced that this phenomenon wasn't produced by a spell? What we are looking into doesn't seem to follow the classic rules of magic. Oh, how so? Just tell me. It was created by someone who's not a mage. Oh, really? So you're saying that this was something created by a person? The words came out of your mouth before you realize it. You sent a small apologetic look to Mr. Mora. That does remind me of a story. Story? Mr. Cuthbert, do you know the legend about the kingdom of Wyvern was created? You mean the story about the ancient dragons? The ancient what? Okay, looks like we need to talk about the ancient dragon. It's only about one ancient dragon. The Kurds of Bahamut refer to him as the Scaled Lord. I'm sure you have even heard people mentioning him before. Legends say that the first mages were created centuries ago by him. It's this one again. At that time, our kingdom was caught in the middle of a brutal war. With no way to defend themselves, the kingdom was the kingdom was on the brink of destruction. Okay, so let me pause a bit. If you recall from the last time, the transition from the story into the history part of this was like a bit forced. This one flows naturally, so at least the story is getting better or something, I guess. Yeah, this one has a better transition compared to the previous one. Okay, let's continue. Our people prayed to Bahamut, the god of dragons, for salvation, and almost as if to answer their prayers, Rathalion, the last Scaled Lord, appeared before them. The Scaled Lord bestowed the gift of magic on a band of heroes who were fighting on the front lines. With their magic, these heroes utterly overtook the kingdom's enemies and single-handedly won the war. It is said that these heroes went on to form the noble houses of today. Okay. What a lot of nonsense. That story is nothing but religious propaganda to prop up the noble houses. Regardless, the significance of this legend is in the Scaled Lord himself. Do you mean Rathalion? Rathalion bestowed the power to become mage on several individuals. Now hold on a second. Why is the... Okay, hold on a second. I just realized that my browser was open, so the Discord sound was, yeah, I can hear Discord sound, so I had to close that. So yeah. Maybe that's why the clock doesn't appear. No, the clock still doesn't appear even after I close that. Okay. Anyway. Alright, I'll continue. Hold on a second. This one, okay. And to this day, that power can only be passed down genetically. Genetic, it's a generation, yeah, genetically. Can you think of an arcane spell that can produce something like that? No, I suppose not. Rathalion must have had powers that weren't bound by the rules of the arcane arts. In other words, he could create supernatural phenomena without following the rules of magic. Please, do you honestly expect us to believe story like that? It's completely unrealistic. As unrealistic as non-mage using supernatural powers. She has a point. It's a far-fetched theory, but it's honestly the closest thing you have to a lead right now. Of course, it would be you lot making all these noises. Suddenly, a woman who appears to be an instructor approaches you. She looks upon each of you with an equal amount of disdain. Professor Bellwether. Catherine Bellwether, okay. That is Professor Bellwether. Oh wait, didn't he say Professor Bellwether? Yeah, Professor Bellwether. Yeah, he addressed you correctly. What's your problem? Let's see, her arcane art is illusion, so she must be the teacher, the professor for, who was that girl name again? Did we have her profiles? Aris, yeah, Aris. Aris, Wallace, and Catherine, okay. But didn't, yeah, that's right, Celeste. I knew letting you rebel into our walls would lead to nothing but trouble. You have even started associating with our malcontents. The headmaster gave us express permission to be here. If you have an issue with that, take it up with him. Come, I'll have you know that I was on my way to do that. Wallace. Yes, how am I supposed to understand you when you were stuttering? Yes, Professor Bellwether. Straighten your uniform and fix that awful hair. You look like a street arcane. But I suppose it's unreasonable to expect anything else. And as for you okay, there was another, what was you call it again? Yeah, another glitch on my screen, somehow. I'll be on my way. What a... okay, Celeste? Oh, come on, we were all thinking it. Anyways, with that out of the way, shall we begin? What? Yeah, what are we going to begin? Wallace, you have finished this week's assignment, doesn't you? Would you mind helping Celeste with her research? I don't know. Now that you mention it, I could really use some help finding a specific spell. You know about your way around here, right, Wallace? Okay. Just don't worry, Mr. Moore, I'll be more careful from now on. Please do, I still have some business to take care of here, so I'll leave you all to. We spent the next few hours searching through the library book with Alice. We hadn't thought to look into the ancient dragons, and the library had books about them in evidence. I want to check what was wrong with fear from Celeste. Yeah, what Aris tried to begin with Celeste. There was one problem though. There are a lot of myths and stories about the ancient dragon, but it's pretty difficult to tell fact from fiction with these accounts. It can be helped, the Church of Bahamut is the dominant religion of our kingdom. The only physical evidence left by the dragons are the bones displayed in museums, except for Rathalion possibly. I wonder if he's still alive like you said. I wouldn't be surprised. Despite everything, our kingdom's constitution still includes him in our government. Wait, really? As the savior of our kingdom, he and his kin were given an honorary position on our political hierarchy. The ancient dragon's authority technically rivals that of King Olivia. Oh, I had no idea. How have I never heard of this before? To be honest, that law is just a way to refer him and appease the church. Well, our Italian couldn't possibly be any worse than the nobility. Aha, you're so stuck in your own thoughts that you accidentally bump into a bookshelf. The shell begins to tip over and you are able to catch it before it fully falls over, but not before several books fall out from their shelves. They hit the ground with a cacophony of thuds. Some students glance in your direction. Be quiet! Sorry, be quiet! Alice begins giggling. She seems amused by what is happening. Hey, are you okay? I heard a loud "Whoa." Celeste stares at the piles of books. What did you do? Forget that, just help me clean this up. There's no need for that. Construct, I require assistance. Acknowledge. Oh, there is a... it's not robot, but automatons or something like that. Yeah, what would you call this? Magical construct or something, I don't know. Upon Mary's command, one of the nearby suit of armor suddenly springs to life and begins walking towards you. The voice coming out of it sounds human, but it lacks emotion. Why does it sound familiar? Wait, did you do that, Aris? Yes, this is an Arcane construct. It is a suit of armor that is animated using artificery. They are designed to carry out various tasks for the students. Arcane construct has been added to your notes. Really, I didn't know anything like that existed. They are still experimental, so they aren't available to the public yet. With that being said, construct, please place these books back to where they belong. Acknowledge. How could this construct know where the book belonged? Move with human efficiency. After only a few seconds, all of the books are back on their shelves. Wow, so they do whatever you tell them to do? Well, there are some limits to construct. Tell me that I'm the fairest maiden you've ever seen. Commander check. Oh, what? I guess they're not allowed to lie. You feel a sharp pain in your side as Celeste quickly jabs you. The construct voice is just a series of pre-recorded messages. I'm not sure if you'd noticed, but it used the voice of Professor Bellwether. Unfortunately, you can't make them say anything other than what's recorded. Only the headmaster can change the setting. Artificery that can record audio. I've never seen anything like it, but you have artificery to record photos. So yeah, I mean, audio should be harder than voice, right? I believe we discover a way to transmit audio, to record audio far before we manage to record photos or something. There are painters, but painters is not a kind of, it is a form of recording, but yeah, okay. But you just said that they are experimental, right? If I keep asking it, it will just give up and do it. I would advise against that. Even if the comments are rejected, they are still stored in the construct comment notes. Anyway, we should probably get back to work. Fine. What are you girls working at? I don't feel like I'm making any progress. Suddenly, you hear a thunderous low-pitched sound blare across the room. It sounds like a high-pitched horn, but with its volume turned up to unnatural. Celeste, do you hear that? How can I not? What is that? You didn't touch anything you weren't supposed to, right? What? Of course not. It finally stopped. Aris, wasn't that the lockdown system? Yes, I believe so. Lockdown system? The Academy is outfitted with a large artificery system. In a state of emergency, it will erect magical barriers throughout the building. State of emergency? Should we be worried? Don't worry, the lockdown is designed to keep everyone safe. We are safe as long as the barriers are up. But Miss Timora, she said she was going to do something on campus. I'm terribly sorry, you suddenly hear a disembodied voice echo throughout the library. It sounds like it's being projected magically. It's the headmaster. He's using the intercom system. Students and faculty, please remain calm. There has been a murder on the academy grounds. What? Please stay where you are and wait for law enforcement to arrive. Damn it, we have to get out of here. I'm afraid that's not possible. The lockdown system protects and locks each room. We can't leave this room until it's deactivated. Well, we won't know until we try. You run to the entrance and begin frantically pulling on the doors handle. You try to put all your strength into prying it open, but it doesn't even budge. Tyrion, stop! But Mr. Mora, I know that you're worried about her, but there has already been a murder. Oh, look at Celeste's expression. She's going on a full serious mode here. We don't know where the attacker is, or if they are still armed. The best thing we can do right now is stay here and wait. She's right. Yeah, she's right. Damn it. I like that expression of Celeste. Celeste's hand rests on her sword. Her eyes are carefully watching the entrance. Wow, we've been here for hours and she still hasn't stopped watching the door. She's a professional mercenary, alright. She was also able to calm you down earlier. It's easy to forget sometimes, but she is always reliable when it really counts. What? Now she back into her usual selves. Students and faculty, thank you for your patience. Okay, so let me pause here. I hope that I see some what was it again? Some fighting scene on this game. Yeah, Celeste against something. I mean, that would be a nice touch to see, but maybe it's too much. But yeah, if they have some fighting scene, that would be great. The reason why I wanted to see that is because I'm participating in what was it again? In game jam, yeah, in a game jam about uh, the theme is making shonen stories. I mean, the premises is that create a story that would be published on Shonen Jump or something like that. Yeah. So we include some fighting, but I'm not sure if I'm good at making fighting stories. So I would like to see how others approach story like that in a visual novel. So yeah, if there is scene like that, I like to see it in this game. Okay, let's moving on. Let's continue. Law enforcement has secured the building. The lockdown has been lifted. However, please remain in the building until the headmaster is barely finished with his message before you are out of the door. Tyrion, hey, don't go off your own. You desperately run through the academy hallways. No, Mr. Mora. Mr. Mora, where are you? You have no idea where you are even going anymore. You can feel your fear and anxiety rise with every passing moment. Where is she? Cuthbert? What's wrong? Why are you shouting? Miss Timora, calm down. You are hyperventilating. I heard there was a murder and I've been looking all over for you. And you're worried about me? I just... You hug Miss Timora tightly as you are overcome with emotion. She's usually not receptive to affection, but you don't care. You just relieve that she is safe. Tyrion, there you are, and you're crying. Sorry, I didn't mean to worry you so much. We heard the announcement. You know what happened, Rudy? I do, but... You see Miss Timora glance at Wallace for a brief moment. For now, I think we should head to the foyer. So who's that? Is it Catherine or the headmaster? You arrive at the foyer and see the room swarm with a legion of familiar knights. Is that the Inquisition? Don't tell me. The headmaster mentioned that there was a murder on campus. Someone used magic. Hey, you over there. As you enter the foyer, Commander White notices you and begins marching in your direction. But his attention isn't focused on you. Are you Wallace Nightgrave? Yes, but by the authority of Wyvern Crown, I'm placing you under arrest. Hey, what are you doing? You three? The hell are you doing here? You said he was under arrest? On what charges? This kid is charged with the murder what? Of Catherine Bellwether. Okay, what? Wasn't that the professor you met in the library earlier? Like hell you're arresting him. He was with us in the library for the entire morning. There is no way he could have murdered her. Oh, besides Celestine, but Mr. Mora is right. Wallace is a suspect. We can't stop the Inquisition from arresting him. No, don't worry Wallace, we'll get to the bottom of what happened. Without a word, Wallace allows the Inquisition to drag him away. My apologies, I'm going to go and check on him. Okay, let me check the time. Yeah, it's already midnight, so I think we will stop when the chapter ends, I guess, the chapter of the second episode. But yeah, let's continue for a while. I mean, I hope that we know what actually happens at least for a bit here, but let's see. I still don't understand, why would they suspect Wallace of all people? I'm not sure myself. Unlike most magical homicide, this school is filled with plenty of names. There has to be a long list of suspects. Isn't there anything we can do? I'm going to go investigate what happened. Cuthbert. Yes, he hasn't accepted you as his attorney yet. You don't even know if you will be working on this case. But I know that he's innocent. I can't just sit here and do nothing. How could you know he is innocent? Maybe he is using the automaton. What was the name again? Artificial construct. Yeah, maybe he's using construct to do the murder. Yeah, how could you know he is innocent? There is a lot of far-fetched conclusion from Cuthbert here. He is definitely not a law enforcement material. I mean, not an attorney material. So yeah, you should try to. You should try to. Okay, this is an advice, not an advice, but a story from a manga that I like to read. That is Detective Conan or Case Closed in the English or overseas, I guess. So yeah, in the Case Closed there was one case where one of the main character's idol become a suspect, and the first thing they do is to suspect the idol in order to prove their innocence. But yeah, unfortunately, it turns out that the idol is the culprit actually. So yeah, you should suspect everyone else, but try to prove that the person that you are believing is innocent first. Yeah, I mean, it's not my place to give advice like that, but Cuthbert is really doing things, going into conclusion too fast here, and on a lot of other places. Okay, let's continue. Well, I clearly can't stop you, but please remember that being an attorney is your job. It's not charity work. Don't come crying to me if you run out of gold. Right. Anyways, I still have some business to take care of in the city. Will you two be okay handling this yourself? Yes, we can handle this. Good, I'll leave everything to you. Alright, let's go, Celeste. Right. Oh, okay. We didn't manage to see any... Oh, what was the name again? Yeah, we didn't manage to see anything that is happening, so... But yeah, it's already past midnight here. As you can see from the time, it's nice that the clock here, that the safe has a clock built in there. I mean, my stream clock is broken. I will need to fix it. But yeah, it's already past midnight, so I will have to stop here, I guess. We will continue tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, we will see what actually happened. I mean, I am curious on what happened too, but yeah, I will need to take a rest. Okay, then thank you everyone for watching. I hope you all enjoy the stream. It's a bit short. I mean, I actually plan to start it like at 21st. How did you spell that? 21 o'clock? Yeah, at 9 p.m. But is it p.m.? Yeah, it is at 9 p.m. But there is a loud sound that is coming from nearby buildings. So I was a bit I was afraid that the sound might get into the stream and yeah and makes and yeah what was the word again, mengganggu, and disturb the stream. Yeah, that's why it should be stream. Yeah, I should start stream at 9 p.m. but I delay it until the sound is gone, and that is around 10 p.m. Yeah, so that's why we start a bit late at 10 and a half p.m. So yeah, I hope to start this earlier tomorrow, I guess, maybe around 9 p.m. again. So yeah, that's it for today's stream. I hope you all enjoy the stream and see you in the next stream. Goodbye. How do I close this? This